I'm calling in my guides now. I'm doing that telepathically. Fire signs, Aries, guides, can you please assist me with that? Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. All right, there's something is coming up for Aries right away. Here we go. Okay, so Aries, I'm getting, is going to be coming into their own. They're going to be coming into a fortune, so to speak. And this fortune is coming from within. It is not the fortune you seek right now, necessarily. It's a fortune that you may not ever have expected. It's a fortune that it's very good. And this fortune is complex in nature. You're going to be coming into a fortune that's good and not something you imagine, not what you asked for, but it's going to be something very special. And I'm telling you this now, the guides are telling you this now so that you'll look out for this when it happens and see it for what it is. It's a gift, it's a fortune, it's a flowing of energy toward something that you've wanted without even knowing you wanted. All right, well, that's interesting. So other fire signs, Leo. All right, they're saying that Leo is a lioness. Leo is a lioness. And not just a lion. This message is for all of the female Leos. The female Leos need to be aware that there is much more to their constitution than what they are allowing themselves to accept. By this, we mean to say that you are not allowing yourself to come into a piece of they're saying information, and this information will bring you power. And, okay, this is karma. I believe they're saying that I have to interpret this not with words because they're not really giving me words. I'm interpreting this energy and telepathically, and sometimes it doesn't come as words. It comes as energy that I need to translate. It's hard to describe what this process is like. Okay, so they're saying that it's similar to what we picked up with Aries. Leo, this female Leos out there are going to be coming into, it sounds like their power. It is power. It's in the sense that you're owning who you really are. And it's almost like this ferocious, not ferocious in a bad way, but ferocious in a sort of passionate way. Leo, you're going to be expanding and you're going to be receiving and allowing and letting more in, letting people in, letting money in, letting prowess in, the guides are saying. So go with that, run with that, you female Leos out there. They cover a little bit of ground there, and I'll move on because I want to get to everybody. The Leo males, guides, please, can you give me some information that would be of assistance to the Leos, the male Leos? They're saying Leos are lions, and lions have a job to do, and that is to bequeath flowers of information for your beloved, and don't hold back. And in this particular case, the guides are, the message that they're giving me is about romantic situations and relationships, and possibly friendships too, but especially when it comes to a romantic type of relationship or situation. You need to open up, and you are going to be opening up more and sharing more of who you are inside. And that's something that this applies to a lot of the men who are listening. I'm picking up this Aquarius men, get out of your head. Libra, and Gemini. So that's all the air signs and the fire signs. That's interesting. Yeah, Sagittarius too. So all of the air signs and fire signs, you're going to be opening up to a new kind of power within yourself where you feel like it's safe to open up and let your energy and let your love shine. Be real, be here now. This is not a joke. This is not a cliche. This is what's happening right now on this planet in your lifetime. And this is for everyone. We are all opening up. This time period is about that, about waking up. So I'm talking really fast. I'm trying to cover a whole lot of ground because, there's 12 signs and I need to be fair and cover everyone and give everyone something. And the guides, of course, are giving us the information. All right, I'm going to move on. Sagittarius, another fire sign. Sagittarius. Guides, what do you have to share with us about Sagittarius? All right, I'm getting the message that some Sagittarians are having technological issues. They're having some issues with their phones and the service with their phone and other service companies that provide utilities. You're having some issues there. And I'm looking at this and I'm seeing this as an energy thing, that there's this energy vortex around some of you that is really tight. And Sagittarius, that energy around you that's really tight. And by tight, I mean it's dense and it's a kind of a fog that will lift. And it's something that you're holding on to. It's an old anger, an old resentment. It's a feeling of pain. And that's what it all comes down to is pain. You're feeling pain from a loss. You're feeling pain from an embarrassment where you felt that you were small and not enough. So Sagittarius, the guides would like you to know that you are enough. And it's okay to be who you are, and that this pain you feel will subside and this energy around you will dissipate if you are willing to forgive someone. I'm getting this real strongly. For some of you Sagittarians, there's a real resentment going on and it's deep. And you may not even be aware of it. But if you are able to forgive, we go through things and maybe we can't forget everything. We won't forget every hurt that we've had. But the guides are saying that if you can forgive, and by forgive, it means kind of like let it go. Let it go from your heart. And this will lighten your heart and the load that you're carrying around. This is what the guides suggest for you, Sagittarius. I'd like to get some information for the water signs now. I'm going to jump around a bit. Water signs. I'm going to be asking for information for the Cancer, the Scorpios, and the Pisces. Yes, they have information. Cancer, they're saying, we want you to expand your consciousness in the sense that there is more to life than what you allow yourself to see. I'm feeling this is a male energy. Possibly this could apply to the female Cancers out there. I'm seeing some Cancer males who watch TV a lot, possibly sports. You guys who have been sort of burying yourself in distractions such as television and kind of zombieing out in a way because you want to get away. You want to escape your work life. When you come home, you want to just escape. And this message is for the Cancer males. There's a lot of energy coming to the planet right now, which is going to help people open up. And for you Cancer males, the guides want you to know that it's safe to open up and that you can look away from these distractions and look within and look at yourself and get to know yourself a little bit better. And that applies to that does apply to the Cancer women as well. The guides are saying that the process is a little bit different because men and women are different. We have different brains. Cancer women are going to be opening up. There's a lot of women who are listening who are the sign of Cancer, and those women are very open emotionally. So I don't think that the guides are saying that. What would you like the Cancer women to open? In what way could they open, guides? Oh, okay, so they're saying the Cancer women can open in the way that they speak to others. Be more open with your feelings and sharing your feelings. You feel a lot, you have a lot of emotion, but you haven't been sharing. And sharing your emotions sometimes is obviously it's a two-way street, and you're allowing others to get to know you and to care about you and share your burdens and things that are heavy on your heart right now, especially. And if you can share with other people, you're going to feel a lot better. And Cancer men, that's also the case with you. But first you need to go within and get to know yourself a little bit better. And that's not going to be easy for everyone. It's not easy for anyone, actually, to really look within and do some inner work and get to know yourself and ask yourself why you're feeling the way you're feeling and start to peel away some layers and get to know yourself. Thank you, guides. Can you tell me about Scorpio? Okay, they're saying we see a coming of age for you as well. This coming of age is not pertaining to earthly emotions or earthly emotional issues. This is about the spiritual. This coming of age is about growing up or growing. That sounds judgmental. I don't think that's the way the guides mean it, but growing up into who you are spiritually. And if you believe in spirituality and that we are spirits or souls or energy, and that there is a higher source or something that pulls it all together, pulls us all together and connects us all. It's a really beautiful, positive force. And the guides are asking the Scorpios to be a little more open to the possibility of that. There's some men who are listening who are very shut down. Those men who, for some reason, have been a little broken in that department. And it's more like a bent. It's not necessarily broken. It's just something that has been pushed down. It's not broken inside you. It's something that's been pushed down. And it needs to be straightened out and opened up and looked at and allowed this coming of age and actually growing up spiritually. And the Scorpion women have love life mistakes to make, the guides are saying. Scorpion women are having love life mistakes to make in the sense that they are wanting something out of their partner that is not exactly what is intended for them in the long run. These choices that are being made by you, Scorpio woman, these choices are affecting others around you. Now, the guides are saying this may pertain to some of the men, because we all have a female and male side, so just keep that in mind. There may be some men who are listening who this applies to as well. You're going down a road in a relationship that is not going to be going that well, and it isn't going that well, and it's affecting the people around you, and possibly children, possibly, your children, your spouse, they're saying. So there might be some people having extramarital relationships. And what's going on is that this relationship that you know in your heart isn't really right, but you're getting something out of it. but you're staying in it, and it's actually hurting people around you for whatever reason. It's very specific to each person who is listening, who is a Scorpio. So I hope that helps you, Scorpio. It's a mistake. It's a mistake that you have chosen to make, and it's something for you to look at and decide what you're going to do from here. And possibly my sharing this message from the guides will help you in some way. All right. Pisces, the water sign Pisces. All right. The fish is in the sea of dreams. The emotional Pisces is in a sea of dreams. And this sea of dreams is something that is quite wonderful. You're coming into your own, Pisces. And this is both male and female Pisces. You are coming into your own. The way you're doing this is by allowing that which you deserve to manifest itself in your life. This is another message of abundance and energy, and there is a great deal of abundance coming in for a lot of the signs, and abundance can come in many, many, many forms. Just keep that in mind. Pisces is no exception. The Pisces men and women are going to be coming into their own and allowing all that they've ever wanted to come in. And really, there's nothing that can stop this in a way. For many of you, this is a time of great good fortune, and enjoy it and allow yourself to, this is from the guides, allow yourself to receive this gift, Pisces. This is a gift, and the powers, not powers, but the higher power is wanting you to enjoy this time and what's coming in for you in the next, right now, it's starting now, possibly last month, but it's continuing probably for at least a couple of years of strong good fortune. And, I'm not saying that you're not going to have any hardships at all, but this is going to be a time where you're going to be receiving a lot of gifts. All right, I'm moving on to the earth signs. Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. Guides, can you help me, please? Give me some information for the Taurus people who are listening. Taurus, men and women, are having a hard time accepting this time period that they're living through. And this time period that the Taurus earth signs are living through is, it's a very hard time. Some of you are having a very, very hard time, possibly even cataclysmic time, in the sense that your lives have been torn apart. And this, of course, isn't true for all Taurus people who are listening, but possibly this is symbolic in nature for some of you. And for some of you, it's physical in nature. It has to do with your dwellings or your life or your home being disturbed in some way, your life being disturbed in some way, a major happening in your life, a major addiction. Could be an event where someone was arrested. I'm picking up, and the guides are sharing, that some of you have been, you've had foiled attempts at success, and your businesses have gone down, and you've taken a real hit as far as your finances and your self-esteem and your sense of security. So the message from the guides about this situation that you're faced with is to realize that it is temporary and that you will get through this, and that you need to reach out to your families and friends for help. This isn't the time to pretend that you are not as upset. Your life hasn't been as upset as it has. The guides want you to look at this straight on and realize it's a problem, and whatever this cataclysmic event or symbolic breakdown of some kind or change, a loss, possibly a death of a loved one, There's a lot going on for you, Taurus, and reach out for help. Reach out for help. It's there. Realize you have a problem. Realize that there is a problem. Reach out for help. It's going to be okay. Let's see. We're moving on now to Virgo. Guides, what would you like to offer Virgo today? They're actually saying that some of you Virgos, as planted in the world as you are, as cemented in place as you are the loyal ones, you are the ones who hold the framework, lay the groundwork and frame the walls and make the housing. You're the ones who, a lot of you are builders and have built objects and houses in the world. You have assisted others with projects. You have created your own individual creations, and you've built things, and these things have a life of their own. And when you create them, you feel very, very good because there's a moment in the creative process, no matter what you're making or creating or building, where you lose your ego self. And that's the part of you that's critical or, thinks you can't do it or thinks other people do it wrong or, whatever it is. It's a part of you that really just is unnecessary thinking. The guides are suggesting that you ignore this ego mind as much as possible so that you can do the work and you can fulfill your dreams of one day being fulfilled. And this is for some of you. Virgos. Other Virgos are quite content doing what they're doing, following the path that they're following, and they are on a path that is right for them, and they have already found their path for now. And their path might, our paths do wind and detour and change, and that's fine. But the guides are saying that there are people who have found their life purpose, and some of you are yet to get it out of that place where you've been hiding it. So that is the message for Virgo. It's time to acknowledge that piece of you and that part of you that's a builder and can build things. And when you build things, you lose your ego. And when you lose your ego, you become happy and you become fulfilled because you've made this thing that is so beautiful. And because it isn't about ego, it's about something else that isn't about the earthly concerns of financial concerns and worrying about money and worrying about relationships and all of that. It's about something else, and it's something that Virgos in this group are capable of. And this message is for them. They will know if it's for them. And there are Virgos in this group who are clairvoyant. They're saying clairvoyant. They have the ability to imagine things, to visualize, to pick up on things before they happen. And there is a fine line between imagination and intuition. There's, as I learned in my training, there's a sort of a membrane that connects our intuition and our imagination. And it's almost as if those two things share a membrane. So Virgos, it is suggested that you, and this could go out to anyone listening, their guides are saying this is universal, but I can't say that word, particularly for you Virgos, this goes out to you to trust your inner guidance, and it will open up your imagination. And your imagination is something that can lead you in the right direction. So whatever you can imagine and whatever you're imagining that you feel like you can't do, you can do it because you've imagined it. So that's my message for Virgo. And I'm going to move on. Capricorn, we want you to know, Capricorns, that this is a time of upheaval in some of your lives. This time of upheaval is interesting, they're saying. This time of upheaval is interesting for some of you as it discloses information about your lives that even you were not aware of. And this information that is erupting for you, Capricorn, is quite nice, they're saying. Quite nice. And if you make the right call in the coming 2 or 3 weeks, especially, so it's during this time period of this reading, Capricorn, if you make the right choice right now, you are going to be bringing in a lot of good fortune into your life. So the guides would like you to just kind of keep that in mind. And when that choice comes, just realize it's important. And you can make a right decision, you can make a wrong decision. Either way, it'll be all right. But you choose one of those paths, you're going to have a lot of good fortune. And you'll know what this path is in your gut. You'll know in your gut and your heart. You will feel it in your body with the right choices, Capricorn. Thank you, guides. Air signs. We're down to the air signs, guys. We're getting through this. Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. Gemini, I'm seeing, is focused right now on work and life purpose, questions about what to do, whether he or she should change a job. I'm picking that up psychically. That's for some of you. I'll see what the guides have to say about that. What's going on with Gemini and jobs and life purpose, and what can you do? What can you say to help Gemini? We'd like to say that Gemini has a special gift, and that gift is the ability to help others see themselves. This is a gift indeed. You needn't hide your gifts because you think that is arrogant or that you are spoiled with gifts. You are not spoiled with gifts. You are fortunate, true, but you needn't be hesitant to share your perspectives and your voice and all you have to offer the people around you in your life and to the world at large. You have gifts that you take for granted, and these gifts need to be shared. The guides are saying need. They need to be shared. All right, is there any more information in this quick abbreviated reading for Gemini? The Geminis in this group, many of them have a way of communicating with others that is simply marvelous, in the sense that they have a way with words, and they have a way of speaking that commands attention from others. This is a gift indeed. So communications, Gemini, communications are really going to open up for you. And I think for many of you, you're going to start thinking about what it is that you'd like to do. What is it that you like to share? And often that is something that you are gifted with. And this is something that, the guides use the word need. You need to share it. It's almost like it's, you need to share it if you want to be fulfilled, if you want to be your fullest. I wouldn't say that you're not happy now, but you would feel even more fulfilled. I'm listening to the guides. The guides just said that Geminis, you needn't worry about anything else for the rest of your lives. That the worry is getting in the way of you finding who you are. And the path is there. You know the path. You know what you need to do to circumvent your ego mind and draw upon that which is truly your inner gift and your purpose that makes you happy to do it and to communicate with others. You have a really beautiful way of communicating with others. It might be writing, it might be speaking, It might be both. It might be some other way that you communicate with others, and it's just great. And it may be just the energy that you put out in the world. You have that to give, and let it out. That's what the guides are saying. Let it out. So I'm going to move on. I'm going to move on to another air sign, Libra. Libra. The guides immediately said the word play, and playing is needed. Playing is fun. Playing is fundamental to your happiness. It is time for you to play in the world and lighten up on yourself. Lighten your load by lifting your heart and letting go of some of that worry. You also have worry, Libra, and that worry is not your usual state. You do worry at times, but your inner self is less of a worrier. You've been worrying lately, and that worry is part of an emotional complex, or not a complex in the sense of like you have a problem, but a complex situation where your worrying is actually coming from fear. And the fear is caused by your ego. So if you let go of your ego by meditating, letting go of your thoughts for a while, letting your thoughts drift by, finding a way to meditate that feels good to you, Libra. This would really help you, really help you. I'm getting from the guides that a lot of the message for Libra also applies to Geminis, the air signs. And I'll move on to Aquarius. What do you have for Aquarius today, guides? Okay, so the guides pointed to life purpose and work and credentials. And by credentials, we mean to say, the guides say, that you have more to offer than you realize. You are also like the Gemini and Libra friends. You are also gifted, and you, as you know, have the ability to share that information. And okay, so the guides, in short, are saying communicate, Aquarius. Let it out. Share. Be yourself and let it out. I have no doubt in my mind that all of these signs, all of you have gifts to share. I know this. And you have abilities that you're not sharing because you put it aside a long time ago. You put it aside, you put it in a drawer, in a closet, in the back of your mind. Maybe you put it in a storage unit. It's a piece of you that you would love to explore, but you're kind of like, I don't know if I can do it. I'm afraid. And that part of you, I'm getting this message for every single person listening, no matter what your sign is, you can open that storage locker and get that stuff, that symbolic stuff that you have been hiding, and put it out into the light. And when the guides talk about the light, they're talking about life. They're talking about bringing it out into the light where it can be seen and that it can be alive. And so let your gifts out. Let them be alive. Let yourself be alive. That will be the end result, is that you will feel more alive. And that goes out for you, Aquarius, and for every single person listening.